Hello, my name is Brant. The day is the 30th of April 2020, and I wanted to talk to you about my thoughts on what is occurring here in America for the last month and a half, or a little longer, and why I have my thoughts and thinking and the way I see it, and how we set ourselves up for getting ourselves more involved and being dependent upon government. I think the key for me many years ago was to understand that when the government wanted to know something about you or wanted you to sign something or to volunteer something, it was setting you up, and also freebies, as I call it, to get something from the government and you really not having to pay a whole lot, or basically you're not taking responsibility for your life. That's what it's all about. If you truly want to be free, you don't sign up for these things. You see, what I mean by that simply is that many people are enticed by freebies. That's what it is. It's freebies. Except it's a catch. And that catch is simply is eventually once you get kind of involved in it and you're getting what they're supposedly giving you and you're thinking it's great, and then the price and the penalties start adding up. One of those is simply is medical care. I take care of myself. That's the key. I don't need the government to take care of me. Never have, never will. If I have to go to the hospital, I pay my way, type of thing. And I try to take care of my health in the best way I know how. Although the foods we have today are very insufficient, far worse than my grandparents had, food-wise. But my grandparents work far harder than I do. I have far more leisure than they do. But they died or passed away pretty later in their life, but they had a harsh life. They had to work hard for it. Completely different in the makeup today. But anyway, yes, medical, Social Security, all these things. We're enticed by, hey, I'd like to have that. That sounds nice, you know. Well, the key is simply the government sees you as too stupid to take care of your own self. That's what you've done. That's what you really have done. You forfeit your freedom by getting something supposedly free, when in reality it's costly. People, if you want to save money, save your money for a rainy day. If you want to, for medical type of thing, you need to take care of yourself. You don't go out and do stupid things, a lot of it to do with smoking, drinking, all kinds of bad habits that are notorious that cause problems with your health. And you have to be responsible. You have to have self-control. You have to say, no, I'm not going to do this. No. Yeah, I can have this. I can have a little bit of cake and ice cream. Yes, sometimes. But we've gone to being ridiculous in the world we live in. Everybody expects the government to take care of them. And that is not the government's job. And I don't want the government in my life. I want to live the way I want to live, and I don't want to be bothered by anybody coming to my house and saying, oh, I'm from the government, I'm here to help you. No, you're not. You're here to steal from me. That's what you're here for. Because you work for the government. You do what they tell you to do, you see. It ain't about you being good neither. And that's what a lot of you people are. You're government workers. You pillage other people. You do wrong to others in order to make a stinking little paycheck. You know that? You realize that what you do is wrong? because of a stinking paycheck. We have more people working for government ever before. And now I'm talking about the county, city, state, federal, everybody. Everybody works for the government. They're like little vultures that come around and bother you all the time. It's not right. That's what people came here, supposedly, to get away from that. So, I do remember at, I think it was the age of 18, I think it was, or 17, I had to go to the post office and sign up to be a part of the military or whatever in case they needed me. Register to vote, not register to vote, but register to be a part of the military. And I kind of wondered I did sign for that. I sure did. Wasn't thinking. And I remember sometime, I guess it was very young also, my teenage years, I didn't have a Social Security card. And so, here's the Social Security card. I think this is probably when I was 15 years old. And here's the Social Security card. And, we want you to sign up. This was in school, as well as I recollect. And, it didn't come to your parents' house type of thing. It came to the school and asking you. And it seemed okay, such and such. Just get a Social Security card type of thing. But in reality, simply is you were giving away your freedom by doing that. I registered to vote at a certain time. I guess it was 18 years old or whenever time it got time for me to vote. I don't think I got a chance to vote on anything until I was 20 years old. That is the elections that took place in 1980. And so I did that. But I've already taken myself off the voting list. I don't want anything to do with it. It's twiddly-dee and twiddly-dum. It's people who prey upon you, politicians who steal from you and tell you how good they are when they steal from you. I got something from a senator here, not a senator, a House representative, and how great they are at this program. They're helping us out during the virus, CV-19, and that they were giving money and helping people. I don't want it. I don't want it at all. I can take care of myself. I don't need your help. You see, you're in my way. That's the problem. You're in the way. I don't need you. We have so many people who want to live that way, and they throw their freedom away. They give it away. They toss it in the wind. So I would encourage people to go to a couple sites that are on the internet to learn more about how much we are a slave to the government by a guy named The Informer. He never gave his real name. He wrote quite a few books, in fact. This is one of them. The Constitution for the United States, The Myth and the Reality. Just Who Owns the United States. You can't get this at a library. You can't get this at Amazon. You have to directly get in touch with them. So if you're interested, let me know. That's one of the books there. And then this one's another one he did. The New History of America, Not What They Tell You in School, which was published in 2003. Unfortunately, he's no longer around, The Informer. I don't even know his real name, to be honest with you. He's never gave his real name when he did things on the radio. But what was so neat about him was simply is him and another guy. I can't think of his name right now. It'll come to me. From North Carolina would start. They did research. They did a lot of research. A lot of research at law libraries, University of North Carolina, as well as I recollect. And And basically realize simply is that the Constitution itself is a contract. And you're not a part of it because you didn't sign it. You never, but this is how they dupe you. And the informer tells you that, but also Lysander Spooner is one of the ones who also tells you about this in the 1800s, that I didn't sign a contract. I didn't sign the Constitution. That was signed by these other guys. That's their Constitution. Has nothing to do with me. Yeah, that's what it was all about. The Constitution was nothing to do with me and you. It was them in a way of saying simply is this is who we are and what we're going to do. They really never gave the people ever an opportunity to really basically evaluate it. You see, it was done in privacy. It was kept away. Then suddenly come out and say, "Hey, we got something here. This is a great document, such and such." And then those who voted on it eventually ratified it. It came down to the state of Virginia, because most of the states had already ratified. And I know that the state of, I think it was Vermont, that did not actually sign anything till later on. And the state of Rhode Island actually refused it too. Most people don't tell you that, but that's the truth. There actually was no state of Delaware. It eventually became a state, but it was later on it became a state in the Union. And then I think Rhode Island was threatened. They were threatened basically you need to agree with this, even though they didn't agree with it. So anyway, that's how it is. Most history is covered up in many ways, and so and Spooner and Albert, is it Albert? Yeah, Albert Nock are probably the two people who speak out about natural law. And most people don't even know what natural law is. I remember how many years ago as it was, probably 8 or 10 years ago, maybe a little longer. There was a political party in South Carolina running, and it was called the Natural Law Party. And I thought, wait a minute, are you truly talking about natural law? If you're truly talking about natural law, you wouldn't have a political party. Because natural law has nothing to do with government law. Yet that's how I see it as an oxymoron. I thought, you got to be kidding me. There are people who see these principles, but they again are expecting to get the freedoms from the government. Well, the key is not to give your energy to the government, not to give anything to them. That's why I don't vote. I have no desire to vote, because it's about people who want to make rules to steal from their neighbor. That's what it's about. You see, they are willing, they want to do something, but they wanted to get a law and make it legitimate. When in reality, simply just making a law doesn't make it legal at all. It's just a way of thievery. It's a way of taking something from somebody else. It's amazing. It amazes me how people would do things crooked or underhanded in a way that they want to take and hurt others, yet they don't have the guts to deal with person on the outside type of thing. So anyway, I'm kind of digressing here, but anyway, what I want to do simply is, that's the whole idea. Don't volunteer. Don't give your rights away. Your rights come from God. Your rights come from Creator, I should say. And they don't come from government. Because government one day says, we got something here good. And the next day, they change their mind saying, well, we don't agree with that. We forfeit it or whatever. And it's over with. And that's what they do. History proves that. So anyway, I hope you enjoy. Take care. Have a good week. Peace.